Hi there, and welcome to your leadership skills training video. My name is Judy Holler, and I'm going to be your host today, but I'm also the VP of Leadership Development, currently on the Chicago Board of Directors, and I am so glad you're here. You've just made an awesome decision and one that could really change your life. So we are going to get started here and really set you up for success with some leadership skills so you can go out there and world dominate on your position. So I cannot wait to dig into it, but I'm not doing that alone. Over here to my left, your right, is Miss Carolyn Paradowski, who is our current VP of Membership for the Chicago Area Chapter. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
I love this. Well, we want to get started right away and dig into some of the bones of what it means to run a good committee meeting and be a good leader and have some fun along the way. So let's first start with running an effective meeting. What do our new chairs need to know about running an effective meeting? What's first?
So first you want to set your expectations.
Yeah.
You want to make sure everybody's on board. You're all on the same page. You know what your mission is for the year for your committee. And then you want to set your meetings. You want to set your meeting for the same day every month. Now, whether that's the second Thursday or the third Friday, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. or 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., whatever works for everybody. You want to just make sure it's consistent. You can get it on everyone's calendar. You'll know when people are not going to be there. You also want to take a poll of where are your committee members coming from.
Good.
Are they coming from the suburbs? Are they coming from the city? Do you host your meeting in the city every time? Do you trade off and do every other? And so one time it's in the suburbs and one time it's in the city, just so it's easy for everyone to get to.
That's great. That's great.
Agendas.
Yeah. Got to have an agenda. You can't
Right.
go to a meeting without an agenda, right? That's
Right.
rule number one. Got to have an agenda. We have a form on the leadership website, right? On our
There is a
leadership app.
template, and so you can use that template and just update it monthly. You're going to want to send that to your director at least a week and a half before the meeting. Your director can then put in any information that they might have gotten at the board meeting or, make any recommendations.
Right.
Then you want to send your agenda out to the committee members at least a week before. Everybody will have a chance to look at it, and everyone will be prepared for the meeting.
That's great.
Some of the committees have subcommittees. Not all of them will have a subcommittee, but some of the committees have subcommittees. So if you do have a subcommittees, then you want to touch base with them 2 weeks prior to your meeting so you can get them on the agenda and they have some time to talk on your agenda as well.
That's great. I love that. And again, not every committee has a subcommittee, so if you're sitting there and you're like, what does that mean? I don't have subcommittee chairs. Don't freak out. Not everybody has them. But if you do have them, it's important that they have input and get on your agenda. So when you're in this meeting, what do they need to know about conducting the meeting, right? How do you run a good meeting?
Sure. So start on time and end on time.
Yeah.
Respect everyone's time. They have a family, they have work, they have other things going on. So if you say your meeting's going to be from 5 to 6, start at 5 and end at 6. You want to assign on your agenda times for everything.
Yeah.
So if your introduction is
Good
going
one.
to be 10 minutes, then put 10 minutes for that. If your new events coming up, put however many, 5 minutes to talk about new events. At the meeting, you can assign a timekeeper and a minute taker.
Yeah.
I would
Good.
always print off the blank minute form and then hand it to someone at the meeting and say, oh, great, it's your turn to take minutes. It gives them a sense of responsibility, gives them something to do, and you ask them to type it up and send it to you the next day.
Great.
You want to follow up with those minutes to your committee members within 2 days of your meeting. Then anyone that was not able to attend has a chance to get recapped on everything that you talked about, and all the people that were able to attend have time to touch base on all the action items that they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. And as much as we love to meet face-to-face, there's nothing better than a face-to-face committee meeting. This is how you connect with the other volunteers and engaged members on your committee. You get to meet someone new. You might make a business connection. Whatever it may be, we love the face-to-face meeting. But sometimes we have to sneak in the dreaded conference call. So conference calls are going to be a part of your life, and it's critical you understand the conference call etiquette that's happening in this day and age. So Carolyn, let's talk about that. What do they need to know?
Some of this conference call etiquette I personally didn't know.
Yeah.
And it might be
Me
good
neither.
information to share with your committee members so that everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Set that expectation.
When you call in, they're going to ask for your name. You're going to say, hi, this is Carolyn. If you're calling in late, do not announce your name. Then 10 minutes into the call, it says, hi, this is Carolyn, in the
Super
middle
annoying.
of when everyone's talking about something. Do not recap for the people that are calling in late. They can read the minutes. You can touch base with them afterwards. You guys could touch base offline.
Yeah.
It is disrespectful to everyone's time that called in on time or that showed up to the meeting on time to be recapping everything for the one person that called in late. Mute is your friend.
Oh, yeah. Mute.
Nobody wants to hear your dog barking, your baby crying, the
No.
traffic behind you.
No.
Mute is your friend.
Mute is your friend.
The other thing you want to do if you're calling and you're on the call is you want to say your name every time before you talk. You want to say, hi, this is Carolyn, and you say whatever opinion or whatever thing you wanted to add. There might be numerous people calling in. For anyone in the room, not everyone has your voice memorized, what you sound like memorized, so you want to say your name each time.
I love it. Great reminders. And again, like we said at the top, set the expectation on this, and everything we just told you, make notes and tell your committee the same thing. So let's talk about motivating our engaged members. So all your committee members that are a part of your committee that you're going to be the chair of, how are you motivating them? Carolyn, do you have any tips for the new chairs?
Sure. So you want to recruit people, right? You want to recruit your friends. You want to recruit people you think are fun. You want to recruit people that you think are smart. You have to ask. If you don't ask,
right,
they're not going to just sign up. We're both in our positions because someone asked us.
Someone asked, yep. And good people follow good people, right? And people follow people, but good people follow good people. So I love that. Ask your friends, and you'd be surprised what they might say.
You want to make everyone sign and engage member commitment form.
Yeah.
It's a very simple document that can be found within our stuff that we have on the website.
Yeah, the leadership ops page, yep.
But it's just kind of a validation. By them signing their name, that kind of holds them accountable for what they're signing up for.
Right.
You also want to be checking in with your team. This is your opportunity to touch base with everyone, make sure they're happy with what they're doing, make sure they're doing a good job. If they're not happy, help them get to a happy place, figure out what's going to make them happy. You might have people that haven't shown up to committee meetings in a couple months. Give them a call, touch base, say, hey, what's going on? Maybe they switched roles at work and they're too busy and they have to reevaluate what they're doing, and maybe they don't have time to be on the committee right now.
Right.
But it's your job as a leader of the committee to kind of keep a pulse on everybody and make sure you guys are moving in a good direction.
I love that. I love that. So when we're talking about working with our committee members, we also have to delegate some things, right? And delegation can be tricky. It can be a little uncomfortable for some people. So what are some tips there as our new chairs are going out to delegate with some of our engaged members?
Delegation's hard.
It is.
You have to remember that you cannot do everything yourself. So by picking members that you respect and by recruiting your friends, it'll be a lot easier to delegate to them. If someone has really great communication skills, maybe they want to work on the marketing team. And then you'll feel comfortable delegating to them because they have good skills.
Right.
You also want to delegate small projects. You don't want to turn around to someone and delegate a huge, ginormous thing to one person the very first time you're delegating, because you're not setting yourself up for success.
Right, right. Yeah, such a good point. I think it's critical that we do it in small chunks, but it's critical that you do it because you can't be super chair, and super chair kind of defeats the purpose of being a chair because then you can get really overwhelmed and you no longer have a good experience in the role that you're in. So we've got to be comfortable with saying no to certain projects and passing certain projects off.
Right. You also want the people to feel a sense that they're contributing and they're doing something. And as a leader, you're in charge of this team, you're running your meetings, but you're also helping them grow into a leadership position themselves.
Right. And they don't know what they don't know. So a lot of times they're eager to help and they want to help, but you've got to give them a job to do, right? So take a risk and delegate something. You might be surprised what you find out, right? So we have to have people, we have to delegate, right? But we also need to be thanking our engaged members and our committee members. So what are some creative ways for them to do that outside of just saying thank you on a regular basis, right?
Right. I mean, that's the obvious one, right? Just telling someone, thank you, you did a great job. Another thing you can do with them is write a thank you note. Who doesn't like to get a good piece of mail in the mail? not a magazine or a piece of junk mail. Everyone likes to get a nice thank you handwritten note.
Love it.
On the board report that you turn in every month, you get to nominate an engaged member of the month.
Nice. That's right.
And you can talk about your engaged member of the month the following month at your committee meeting. You can say, hey, last month we nominated Maria because of X, Y, and Z. You do want to, I will give you a tip, you do want to provide a lot of detail when you're nominating that person. At the board level, we read all of the people that have been nominated. And if you want to be fighting, you want to put your case in there. Why is this person the best?
Yeah.
Why should they win? And then everyone on the board votes. And 2 members win every month for the engaged member of the month.
What a great way to recognize our people. I love that. Engaged member of the month. We also, you can nominate your committee members to be on the board of directors. And don't be shy. You can even nominate yourself to be on the board of directors. But we also have an awards gala every summer in either May or June. And we have about 12, 15, 16 awards that we give out. So every year we put out a call for nominations and nominate your committee members who are rock stars. Nominate your co-chair if they're a rock star. Again,
it feels good just to get a nomination.
Yes, just getting an email.
Even if they don't end up winning in that category, it's still so nice to get the email that says, oh, you've been nominated.
I love it. I totally agree. So it's critical we see our people, hear our people, and thank our people. So before we get out of here, I think we've gone through most everything. Carolyn, is there anything you want to say to the new chair watching this video?
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to mention that we didn't really touch on was you want to make your committee meetings fun.
Oh, yeah. They've got to be fun.
This is their extra time. And so one of the ways that you can make your meetings fun is to add a social element to it. Either maybe you meet for coffee before, maybe you have some socializing time after your meeting if it's in the afternoon. And then something I implemented at my committee meetings was to go around the room, and at the beginning of the meeting, I would say, hi, I'm Carolyn, and I would say who I work for, and then I would say, everyone tell us your favorite band this week, or everyone tell us some good news that you have to share, or your favorite vacation spot. And so then it helps the committee members get to know each other, and it creates a sense of community between everyone.
I love that. I love that. That's a great space to leave us in. Any words of wisdom or last bits of advice for the new chair?
Sure. Congratulations to everybody. You have made an amazing decision, like you said earlier, and you're going to look back a year from now and everything that you've learned and all the skill set that you gained and watching all your team members grow, it's going to be crazy. You're going to love it. Yeah. So congratulations and good luck. Yeah. We know you're going to do a good job.
And you're not in it alone. You can reach out to Carolyn Paradowski or myself, Judy Holler, anytime. We currently sit on the board of directors. And keep in mind, you have your board liaison. So if you have any questions or there was something not covered in this video, reach out to your board liaison and they'll absolutely be able to help. So you never walk the path alone, but you're walking the path, and that is the first step. So congratulations is in order. High five to you for being here and doing this awesome video with me. And we will see you hopefully at our next board meeting.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a